Each month, I invite followers from LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram to join me for a free YouTube training. In full transparency, I understand it can be hard to sign up for a recurring payment from someone you barely know. So consider these workshops my introduction. They are super chill, usually take place on a Saturday. And if you play your cards right, you might just win free coffee because that's just how I roll. Welcome to my corner of the internet. I hope you like it here. Some of the workshops that you will see ready for you to watch right now are YouTube channel setup 2024 edition, how to get your first 1K subscribers, and how to increase your watch time. I hope you enjoy this live stream, and I encourage you to go to lashondabrown.com/YouTube-workshops to sign up for a free workshop today. Hello and happy Monday to you. My name is LaShonda Brown and welcome to Bootstrap Biz Advice. I am a tech educator, a YouTube coach, and a speaker based in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. And today we're going to talk about how I acquired my last 1,000 subscribers. The channel just hit 29,000. And so I am reverse engineering and sharing with you all what is practically working to help to grow my brand. Now, to put it in perspective, I got here on YouTube because I was a full-time service provider wanting to transition to being a full-time content creator. So within my membership, I typically help service providers. So if that sounds like you, this is going to be a good video for you. Now, first and foremost, I want to make sure that you know how you can help this channel to grow. You don't have to pay me a thing, but if you end up liking this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Live streams do not get promoted the same way as feed videos, so you can help me to reach a larger audience simply by engaging on the content as I create it. So if you comment live, it will actually continue to stay on the video after this is over. And if you comment in the replay, that engagement will be super helpful. So if you have questions or you have comments, you can actually comment. And I want to continue to encourage you guys to do that because so many people watch my stuff and never say a word. So I do read the comments, so make sure that you hop over there. Now, I am going to be sharing this information and I really want to not repeat things that I've already said. I think oftentimes when it comes to YouTube strategy, people, they share things that are helpful, but it's the same old story. And so I took a look back and I said, okay, we're not going to talk about titles. We're not going to talk about thumbnails. We're not going to talk about what tech tools to use. We're going to talk about specifically strategy. I am a strategist. Everything that I do is data-driven, it's intentional. And what's great about strategy is it levels the playing field. Sometimes people don't have the money to invest in all the software that I am using, but everyone can implement what I'm going to share today. So I really, really want you to talk back to me. Now on Friday, I was able to engage with other guests and pop up clips and do all the things, but truthfully, this is just me and you, okay? So to keep me from feeling like I'm just talking to myself on a Monday morning on the 6th of May, go ahead and type something in the comments. So we're going to kick things off with this really important fact, and I'm willing to screen share if that will be helpful. I want you all to understand the power of email marketing when it comes to YouTube because we're not talking about that enough. I started emailing my list multiple times about my content. Now, I will backtrack and say this. I actually sell the custom Flowdesk template that I use for my emails. So if you happen to like what you see and you want to help the channel out, I just sell it for $5, super cheap, but the specific outline of those emails really does impact how my audience receives it. Certain emails that I'm subscribed to, and I won't call them out by name, but they're so text heavy and it's so much content in a single email that I just glaze over it. And so what I did is I studied 20 plus newsletters, some of which were newsletters that people were running as a business. And I was like, what do these newsletters have in common? What's helping with the open rate? What's the most helpful for people to learn? And so that's how I structured my emails. And so when I say that I emailed them multiple times, I want you to understand that the first time that I emailed them, I'm specifically emailing them with the intention of assisting the YouTube algorithm. What I mean by that is what YouTube does is within like the first 24 hours, it gives your video a ranking. It'll usually say like 1 out of 10 if you go into the back end of your YouTube channel. And so when I email my list and let them know that there is a new piece of content, what I am trying to do is help boost the engagement on brand new YouTube content within that 24-hour window. So the sole purpose of me emailing my list is to assist in that traffic right away. And so I started to time when I posted my videos alongside when I sent those emails. I didn't need a super long description as to what the video was about, but at the end of the day, the goal was to say, I want my email list to be aware that this video is out because they already have an affinity to me and they're likely to simply go over to like it and engage. So many of you who are brand new to YouTube or haven't even started your channel, you have an email list because we've been hearing this over and over and over again that the money is in the list. So even if you have a small list, that list should be helping to drive traffic to your new YouTube content. So the initial email was just to put the content on their radar, but I would circle back. And the following, email cadence that I have, I send emails out on Monday and Friday. And so the following, typically Monday, I would say, hey, if you missed X, here it is again. And I began to realize that that second email was super helpful for me to use as another place to draw attention to my new YouTube content. So in my case, I typically will post a video like on a Thursday evening so that I can maximize the time that most people are on my channel, because most people who watch my content watch it after they get off work. And then the following Friday morning, I send out an email with the video embedded, and Flowdesk makes that really easy to do. Now, the following Monday, when I usually send out an email saying, hey, this is what the live stream is going to be about this week, I include that replay, if it was a live, or the recording underneath it, okay? So I will show you a real life example. I'll just go ahead and log into my Flowdesk account so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show you Friday's email, and I'll put that in a tab, and I'm going to show you the email that went out today. Now, what I will do is I will go back and I will link to the Flowdesk template that I made so that you guys can snag it. It is on Buy Me a Coffee. I am going to do a video about how I sell products within Buy Me a Coffee because it makes it really easy. And a lot of us are super overwhelmed by digital products, and I was able to get that template up in maybe 5 minutes. So just something to consider. Alrighty. So the first email I'm going to show you was the email that went out on Friday. So you can see here, I have the button to join the live stream. I put the thumbnail for the video. And since last week was actually a really busy week for Bootstrap Biz Device, I also included another section that referred back to the Uscreen video that I posted. So the Uscreen video was actually a feed video. It wasn't live, and it was about why I chose the platform and kind of giving people an inside scoop as to what we're going to be doing when we build our app. So because I knew I had a lot going on, I wanted to make sure that people didn't miss that feed video and that they also knew that I was going live on Friday, which I typically don't do. So that was Friday's email. Now, if we take a look at today's email, you will see the same thumbnail underneath it. And it says, did you miss Friday's roundtable? Here's the replay. I know that a lot of people in my community will watch the replay of my content because I typically would go live during the business day. And so those replay views count toward the views on that video as well. So I referred to that. And then I said, hey, see you today, May 6th at 10 a.m. Eastern. So that is the thumbnail for the video you're literally watching right now. It just says what to do if your channel isn't growing. And so all I did was create the thumbnail in Canva. And with live streams, because you technically haven't created the video yet, Flowdesk isn't going to let you just embed a live. What you need to do is insert it as an image and then direct link to the live stream. And so that's what you're seeing in the email that went out today. So typically I try to keep the calls to action in my emails down to like 3. So you see you today at 10. Did you miss the roundtable? And NG will be celebrating a birthday this week. And so I went ahead and put the birthday special. They are the tech tool of the week. And so that is embedded underneath this. And so that section, the tech tool of the week, will be in my emails this week. And so I can just mark it as a favorite within Flowdesk because that's a new feature. And I don't have to worry about recreating that over and over. So this is what I mean when I say I emailed my list multiple times. I'm not writing a mini blog in the email. I'm simply drawing attention to content that's been posted to keep it top of mind, because the same people that open my Monday emails because they want to join the live stream are not the people that open my emails on Friday. So if you are not emailing your list at least twice about the content that you're creating, I would encourage you to start doing that. Now, the second thing I did was I started to structure my live streams like open office hours. And that is what you're literally experiencing right now. When I started live streaming on a regular basis, I was thinking about, well, I'm talking to new people and I want to make sure they know who I am and what I'm doing. And it's all about me starting a relationship with people. I began to realize that by having a time frame where people knew they could hop on the live stream and ask me questions live about their businesses, that my own community members would start to show up. They would say, oh man, I have a question for LaShonda. Let me just hop on the Monday live and I'll ask her then. Many times memberships will do office hours as a member benefit and they'll keep it behind a paywall. Everybody is different. But for me, because I create so much content, I'm like, why not double dip? Why not make my live streams more of open office hours for my community? And then I can do something more specific and more catered to them behind the paywall. So this gives me an opportunity to address their questions. It helps me make content that I can monetize on the channel, and it helps me to stay within my 20 hours every week. So if you are a facilitator for a membership and you're like, every week I'm doing office hours inside of my Facebook group or inside Circle or Uscreen or whatever you're using, I would consider doing them publicly. I know they are a benefit to your members and you can definitely share those lives within your community, but it's a great way to show that you know what you're talking about. And if you're already creating all this content behind the paywall, you can use that same content to market your membership, to serve your members well, to create passive income by being paid by YouTube. Like there's so many benefits to that. And so when I started changing my mindset with these live streams and thought, you know what? Let me think about them as open office hours. I'm going to hop straight into education. I'm going to teach. I'm going to give people an opportunity to ask me questions, and then I'm going to land the plane. It helped me to know what to freaking talk about on these live streams. I also had my Instagram audience vote on today's topics. So I did a little poll sticker and I simply said, cast your vote. What should I talk about on Monday's live stream? The first one was how I hit 29K. And the second was like planning your summer hiatus. We're still going to talk about that, but I'm just going to talk about them in the order that people voted because people did want the topic. So we'll talk about planning for your summer hiatus probably next week. But that's how I even sourced the content. I had some ideas of what was top of mind for me, and I let my Instagram audience decide what I talked about here. Okay. So leverage social media too to help you to source your content. Now, speaking of content, I started sourcing my content from my members, and I will tell you, this drastically impacted how I started showing up in my videos. If you've been on this channel for a while, I'm sure you started to notice over time I've become more and more comfortable on screen. Like, obviously I'm doing these lives every week, but I started to realize when I could actually picture the person that I was talking to when I created content, it totally changed my delivery. It made me way more like myself, and it took way less time to film it because it didn't seem hypothetical. Like, I literally created 3 videos on the StreamYard playlist because Paula sent me a voice note in async and simply said, "Hey, this is what I'm struggling with. Could you make some content about this, or could you help me with this?" So instead of me creating a Loom video to address a member question, I'm just doing my makeup a little bit and making a YouTube video and sharing the YouTube link. Because if they have that question, more members will probably have that question, and then just more people in general may have that question. So instead of me creating topics out of thin air and then talking to my ideal customer, I'm like, no, who the heck am I talking to? I'm talking to Tammy, I'm talking to Paula, I'm talking to Lex, I'm talking to Caitlin. Like, who am I actually talking to, and what are they asking me for? When I started to really picture them and say, essentially, this is a public Loom, I'm simply addressing what they asked me, all of a sudden content became so much easier to create. And I think a lot of us who are so used to just being, service providers and serving, that when we start filming, we become this different person all of a sudden. We start to like second guess ourselves, get super self-conscious, and we start to add all these unnecessary roadblocks because it feels so disconnected. And if it's feeling disconnected for you, perhaps it would help you to start putting a face to the content. So as I go through member questions, I'm logging those ideas away, and those will be either content directly in the app when the app launches, or I will post it on this channel. And so that really helped. And so I think my content quality improved when I wasn't talking to some hypothetical person and I was talking to a real person. All right. Number 4 is I started sharing YouTube content to IG stories with clips versus thumbnails. Now, I have done this a bunch of different ways. I'm going to tell you the easiest way to do it, especially if you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, you can probably download an Android app that will do this, but I can't recommend one right off the top of my head because this is just the phone I got. So essentially what I would do is I have an album on my iPhone that has my Bootstrap branding in it, my logos with a transparent background, a picture of my color palette so I can like drop it into Instagram and kind of color pick from it to have my colors in my Instagram stories. And so I just have that tucked away. When I post a new video, I will go to my YouTube channel and I will screen record me playing a section of my YouTube video that I think is pretty good. Okay. Now my videos already have music on it. They already look polished and professional. And so that's plenty. So I do the screen recording. Now, if you posting your own Instagram story, you can have a video clip uninterrupted up to 60 seconds. So I just use a whole 60 seconds because I'm not concerned about Instagram engagement as I am with driving traffic from Instagram to YouTube. So I will screen record my video, and then I will hop into InShot. And within InShot, I'm able to crop out all the YouTube stuff and just have the video feed. From there, I can add my captions directly in InShot. I can color grade it if I need to, but usually I don't. And then I can size it for an Instagram story. As I'm literally talking about this, I'm like, girl, you just need to make a YouTube video, but keep following me. So once I do that, I save it from InShot, upload it to Instagram, go to my album, drop in the Bootstrap logo, add a link sticker, Bob's your uncle. I have done this so many times that I can probably do the process in less than 10 minutes. And I say this because you spend so much time creating that YouTube video. You don't need to spend just as much time creating the marketing assets for said video, okay? People seem to respond more to video snippets from YouTube than a thumbnail driving traffic to YouTube. Because now I can look at my insights in YouTube, and before I was getting very little traffic from Instagram, almost nothing. And I've started to see an uptick of people who follow me on Instagram who are now watching my YouTube content. So first and foremost, you need to be sharing to your stories when you post a new video. But second of all, consider posting clips from that video versus just sharing the thumbnail and putting a link sticker. I think it really gives people more of an inside scoop as to what they're going to get. And it just shows the level of quality that you're putting out. So that worked for me. Feel free to implement it. All right, I got a couple more things. If you have questions, go ahead and drop it in the comments. If you want me to make that video about how to create an Instagram clip to promote your YouTube video, just put clip, CLIP, in the comments and I'll do it. So at least 3 of you guys do that. If I get 3 clips in the comments, I'll do it. Okay. The next one is I cleaned up my playlists. We got to reframe our mindset with playlists. And I think this is because it's a feature that's there and a lot of us have not been using it strategically, me included. Okay. The purpose of a playlist is to help people to watch your content in a specific order and to binge it. It's a way to get the same person to watch more of your content. Instead of them watching your video and then being recommended videos from other channels, your playlist will recommend your own content to the person watching, which is ideal, right? That's what we actually want. What we don't want is to be promoting somebody else's stuff. We're trying to get people to watch our content. And so I started to clean up how my thumbnails, how my playlists appeared and the order in which they were on my channel. So because I'm going live right now, I'm not going to screen share that because I don't want to deal with audio issues, but go to my page and see how my playlists are structured. Not only do you see a title, I took advantage of the descriptions on the playlist. Your playlist should have a description. And structure the order of the video in your playlist in an order that makes sense. The StreamYard content is in a specific order because that's the order it makes sense for people to watch it in. Think of it more as a free mini course, okay? You need to organize your content if you're going to put it in a playlist in an order that makes sense. Not just say, oh, this is a playlist about Instagram tips and the content is super disjointed and all over the place. If you're thinking about it in the way that you should say, okay, here is a playlist with 4 videos people need to watch in order to grow their Instagram account. And so after they watch video number 1, video 2 makes sense for them to watch in that order. Because if you're not going to structure your content in that way, it almost doesn't make sense for you to have a playlist because YouTube already has just a videos tab that will show your videos in chronological order. Okay. So your playlists are your way of guiding your audience through your content in a specific manner. We talk about this a lot in Bootstrap Creators. We need to create our content in such a way where we're essentially thinking of it in sets of 4, sets of 5. It's like, okay, instead of doing one video with 5 parts in it, why not create one video per part and simply say, thanks so much for watching video number 1. In video number 2, we're going to talk about this. Until next time, ta-ta for now. In video number 2, thanks so much for watching this video. If you missed video number 1, make sure you go and check it out. In our next video, we're going to talk about this. We understand this mindset when we structure a course, but then we go on YouTube and we start freestyling. We start creating content that's super disjointed. It's all over the place. And I think it's super important for us to create content in a format that makes sense for people to consume it. The only reason why you wouldn't do it that way is if you're in my position where you're just a full-time content creator and the vast majority of your content is being more dictated by brand partnerships than your audience. I heavily vet my brands so that when I am doing sponsored content, it's relevant to what you guys want. But at the end of the day, because the brands are my primary customer, my content calendar is geared to them. And then I sprinkle in ways to help you all. And with the app, I will be able to do more of that stuff directly for you guys in the app, okay? So I don't want you to completely look at how I'm operating my business and just try to duplicate my business model unless you want to be a full-time content creator, because that's what I'm doing. If you are a service provider who's using YouTube to increase traffic to your offers and to generate passive income, that's a completely different approach than what I'm doing, okay? So that is why it's super important to be in an environment where you can talk to a YouTube coach, you can express what your goals are, you can structure your content strategically. Because if we just look at what other people are doing and just try to mimic it, we're always going to fall flat and we're going to be competing with the creator that we're watching, okay? So I'm going to be doing even more intentional coaching within Bootstrap creators to help you guys to differentiate yourself. But I want you to kind of open up your mind to the perspective that LaShonda is a full-time content creator. If that is not what I want to do, then I need to take a step back and I need to structure my content based on our content calendar template, right? Where you are specifically creating content to either increase traffic to your offers, generate passive income, okay? Now, generate passive income could simply mean growing your AdSense, but at the end of the day, you have to structure your content in that way. Pretending to be a content creator is not going to grow your business unless your business is content creation, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to give you guys a bonus tip again. If you want me to create a YouTube video about how to create a clip on how to create an Instagram story clip to promote your YouTube videos, put clip in the comments. All right. Bonus tip. Start linking your content while you are scripting. Now, if you want to see a masterclass in this, go back in the archives and look at what I posted in 2022 for the 25 days of Canva. I have seen the difference between strategically scripting my content to link it together and not, okay? Last year, I did not do that, and it made the process harder. I didn't pump out as much content and everything was isolated, which means that my content wasn't helping to grow my content. So when you start to link your content while scripting, what that looks like is being self-referential in your content. So I'm gonna give you an example and I'm just gonna what do you call it? What is the word for it? Role play. There we go. Role play. I'm like, what? That felt inappropriate. And I think that's why I didn't want to say it, but that's literally what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. So if you are making a YouTube video, all right, and say for instance, it is, okay, I'm creating a Canva video about how to create custom graphics for my YouTube channel, okay? So if I'm in that video and I say, hey, thanks so much for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create custom graphics to market your YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's hop in. Okay. So if I'm structuring my content in that way, what are some other things that would be relevant to that video? Well, maybe how to make a logo in Canva or how to choose colors for your brand. So within that video about creating custom graphics for YouTube, I could say, hey guys, I actually did a video about how to choose a high contrast color palette. If you don't have that, make sure that you check out that video. It's linked in the description and it's also linked in the iCard above my head. And then keep talking. Okay. These are not hard pushes to your other videos, but you are specifically scripting out your content to go, okay, how can I refer to at least one or two other videos within this video? If you don't refer to your own content within your videos, you're making your life harder, okay? You have to constantly remind people that it's not just about the video that they're watching in this moment. It's about the fact that they are on a channel, okay? Think about yourself like a channel, not a standalone special event live, okay? The reason why you need to do that is because you will train your audience to look for more things to watch. If you are constantly reminding them, especially if your channel is about a specific thing. say for instance, if you are a creator and you create Canva tutorials and your entire channel is about Canva, then you could refer to it and you could say, hey, we're going to talk about a brand new magic feature within Canva. If you missed some of my other Canva magic videos, I created a custom playlist for you. It's linked in the description. You'll learn about magic edit, magic grab, da 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 da. And so because people are telling you what they're interested in by virtue of being on that piece of content, you already know what you should be able to refer to them. If it's a video about email marketing, right? Say it's a Flowdesk tutorial. So many times when I'm creating a Flowdesk video, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I already made a video about this. Oh, I already made a video about how to migrate your list. I already made a video about how to do a welcome sequence. And so if you verbally say it and you link it in your description, you're going to watch your watch time drastically increase because you are guiding them through your content. Instead of looking at your content and going, it's only about this video, I'm only focused on this piece of content, nothing else exists, and we'll just see what happens. You're making your life more difficult, okay? This is why you will see, even on, streaming platforms like Netflix, where you will have a Netflix original that does like a flashback to remind you of what happened previously. Because what will happen? You start watching the flashback and you're like, well, crap, I thought I was watching this in order, but I think I missed one. Let me go back and watch it. So this is a strategic attempt for streaming platforms to get the same person to consume more content. In order to increase your watch time, you don't need more subscribers. You need your current subscribers to watch more. And so that's why you would do that. That's why you would create the playlist. That's why you would strategically link your content, because you are trying to train people to say, this is my go-to person for this thing. I don't care about nobody else. Let me see what else she got. Okay, let me see what else is new. Let me see what else she's recommending. And before you know it, that same person is just going to be clicking around, watching all the things. I do it all the time. You do it on platforms like TikTok, but that's more short form, right? When you go to one creator because it's something funny, you tend to go back and see, oh, that was funny. What other stuff do they have, right? So think about that mindset with YouTube. The only difference, and it could be the same actually if you do YouTube shorts, but the only difference is you're doing long form versus short. But that idea of wanting to create binge-worthy content and wanting that same person to watch more and more and more, it will directly benefit your channel, especially if you're monetized, okay? So regardless of what you do, if you have a monetized channel, every time someone watches content, you make money. Okay, so you don't have to do these hard pushes for subscribers. You don't have to do these massive campaigns to get your email list to come over to YouTube. You've got to get better about getting that same person to keep watching more and more and more and tuning in to see what new content that you have. Okay, so again, if you want that video, put clip in the comments. I'm going to do a quick recap of our tips because a lot of folks watching now weren't there in the beginning. And then I'm going to hop over to the comments to address your questions. So number one is I started emailing my list multiple times about my video, at least twice. The email as soon as it comes out, and then an email to remind them that it was posted. I started structuring my live streams like open office hours, which is what you're actually seeing me do right now. I sourced my content from my members so that my members were getting answers to their questions. And I stopped feeling like I'm talking to some imaginary person and I could picture the real person that I was helping. I started sharing my YouTube content to IG stories with clips versus thumbnails. I cleaned up my playlists and I started linking my content while scripting. So first and foremost, if you like this video, make sure that you like it. That's also another tip that'll help you in the algorithm. You got to ask for engagement. So make sure that you do that. If you want to become a member that I keep referring to, I have decided to keep the membership open because when the app comes out, it just will be in the App Store and will be open. So you can become a member by going to lashondabrown.com/coffee. One of the things that I am seeing is that it makes more sense for people to come in as a star student if they don't already have a YouTube channel. Okay. I really want you guys to be super successful, and inundating you with YouTube content when you don't even have a channel is too soon. So I had someone ask me this recently, and I'm like, you know what? It's better to serve my community in this way. The starter phase is Star Student. Star Student is where I do workshops with a co-facilitator once a month. That's a super deep dive, specifically more advanced than what people are doing for free and more advanced than a YouTube video, okay? So this will give you a taste of how I teach behind a paywall. And then when you're ready to start your channel, okay, you're actually ready to do the thing, then you can upgrade and just become a Bootstrap creator. So that way I can walk alongside you and assist you with growing your channel. Some people have me review their thumbnails. Some people have me connect them to an editor. Some people have me review their channel art or help them, organize their content. Like, I really do customize your coaching experience to fit the questions you're asking me. And that is specifically geared to people who want to do the thing. So if you're not ready to do the thing, but you do want to be a member so that you can start to receive more of this custom information, become a Star Student, okay? You can scan the QR code or you can go to LaShondaBrown.com/coffee. All right, so I think that's all I had prepared for today. So let's hop over to the comments. Oh, I love the new name. Hello, Trisha. Hello. All right, so we've got enough clips to justify the video. And truthfully, guys, so Trisha is a member, Mary is a member, I believe Darlene is a member. So this is what I'm saying. It does not make sense for me to be doing office hours behind a paywall because my members are helping me to make my content in real time. So I love that. Okay, can you show us how to clean the playlist? Great question. Let me open up a new tab, and I think I can go into the back end of my YouTube channel without making this chaotic. So let's do that. We're going to go into the YouTube studio, and I'm going to open this in a new tab to show you what I mean. Okay, so we'll leave that open. And okay, let's see. What's a good example? We'll work on StreamYard. We'll edit that. And then, okay, yeah, this will be a good example. Okie doke. All the tabs, all the things. So we're going to share this one. And let's see here. And I think the buy me a coffee thing is kind of cropping things off. So let's take that down. And cool. All right. So this is to specifically show you all how to clean up your playlist within YouTube. Okay. So let me backtrack. The reason why I took a second to gather my thoughts and to strategically open up the tabs that I needed is because now my editor can go back to this live stream, take out this snippet and turn it into a standalone piece of content. So if I'm going to do a live tutorial, I can repurpose this clip as a feed video on my channel without having to create a whole new video. All right. So sometimes when you're doing these live streams, it's better if you slow down and have the intention in the back of your head that what I'm actually doing right now is creating a new video while addressing a live comment. Okay. I know it's a whole lot to keep in your head, but the reality is it saves a lot of time. Okay. So for the purpose of the video, what I'm going to do is reread the comment, and then I will probably put myself down here and take the comment off the screen. Okay. So I'm doing all this within StreamYard. If you're not using StreamYard, you can go to LaShondaBrown.com/StreamYard, get a 14-day free trial. But yeah, this is how I do it. Okay. So let me get some water. All right. So the question is, can you show us how to clean a playlist in YouTube? So first and foremost, what you need to do is to go inside of your current YouTube account and go to the YouTube studio. You're not going to do this from the front facing side of YouTube from the very beginning. Okay. Once you are in the back end, what you are going to see is on the left-hand side, you're going to see the name of your playlist under details. So you see title is at the very top, and description gives you the ability to type a keyword-rich description. This is going to show up on the front-facing side of your YouTube channel when you're done, all right? So if you do not have a description in the description box, you have up to 5,000 characters. Don't nobody need all of that, but a couple of sentences will do to show people what that playlist is actually about, okay? So go ahead and make sure that you've customized the name and customized the description. Then you're going to click on videos. And so from here, you're going to be able to see the videos that are listed within your playlist. What's super fun about this is you can see that some videos are an hour long because it was a live stream. Others are shorter because it was pre-recorded content. Now you can create a playlist that features live videos and pre-recorded content. And I don't see enough of you guys doing that. As long as your thumbnails are visually consistent, the only way that people are going to know is if it says streamed, and typically your live streams are going to be longer because they're unedited, okay? But you can draw more attention to your live streams by including them in a playlist with other videos, all right? Now, let me go back into StreamYard playlist and show you one other thing. And that's going to open up a new tab. Yep. Okay. So if we go back to that tab, what you're going to see is in the top right-hand corner, in order to change the order, you have to edit it in YouTube. What they mean by that is you have to change the view of how you're viewing your playlist. And so hopefully it has switched it over. So once you click on the blue edit in YouTube in the top right-hand corner, once you've clicked on videos within the playlist view, now you will see this, okay? You will see the first video in the playlist, you will see the description that you wrote, and then you will see 2 lines on the left-hand side that will allow you to change the order. The default order will be the order in which you added them to the playlist, but that's not always the order that you want people to watch it in, okay? So if we go to the top, you'll see sort. You can auto sort it by newest to oldest, oldest to newest, most popular, date published, newest and oldest, okay? So if you want to auto sort your content, you can go that route. You can just auto sort it and you can say, hey, you know, here is 100 videos about Canva, put it in order from newest to oldest, because I want people to watch my new Canva tutorials way before they watch the old ones. Or you could say, nah, sis, what I want is for you to show the most popular tutorials first and put my least popular ones on the bottom, okay? That's another way you can do it. But if you're over the top and really like to control the situation, what you can do is hover and then drag the order, okay? So in my case, what I wanted was how to make a YouTube video on your computer is my most popular video right now within the StreamYard category. So that's the video that I want first. But then the order gets a little janky after that because of what I want people to watch. So next, I want them to watch how to trim your YouTube video after going live, because a lot of people don't realize that once you go live, you can go into the back end of YouTube and edit out places where you messed up, places where you were awkwardly starting it or awkwardly ending it. And so that's something I want my members to know, how to increase your live stream views. A lot of people get stressed about not having people on their lives to watch them. So that's the next one. How to schedule guests for people like me who like to bring people up and give more of a live podcast vibe. There's a structure to that keeps you from feeling chaotic. So that's next, but that's super niche. So that's not at the top of the playlist. And then the last one is just an overview about why StreamYard is the easiest way to live stream, because I'm trying to increase my affiliate income. So it's still relevant to the other videos, but it's less of a troubleshooting type of piece of content and more I'm just doing this for the YouTube search so I can make my money. Okay. So that's a big old overview, okay, about how to organize your playlists. So first of all, you have to be thinking about your content with the perspective that I'm creating a channel. I'm not just doing a series of isolated events. So these videos should be living on a playlist in the back of your mind. And then you can move the videos around based on how you want people to watch them, or simply post it within that category and use those auto filters to say, put my most popular videos first so that the popular videos get more attention and keep growing. And the ones that don't perform well, just push them at the bottom. Okay. So I hope that addressed your question. And I would love to see more channels with playlists because let me do one more thing and show you this. Let's see, we'll screen share one more time and I'll put myself down here. If you go to your playlist, you're going to see a white button that says play all. That is the magic button. Okay. When you share your playlist using that particular link, and you can actually shortcut it on the front end of your YouTube channel as well, it will automatically play the next video in your playlist when someone finishes the video prior. Okay. That is what creates that Netflix effect. Instead of you seeing a bunch of thumbnails from other people's channels after your content plays, YouTube knows, oh, hey, this is in a playlist. Let me just queue up the next one. It will auto queue your content. Okay. So if you're trying to figure out, well, where do I go grab the link? That's the easiest place to find it. You can find it on the front end of your site, but you can also find it here. Okay. So again, if we want to go back, quickly recap, I'll share this tab instead. So to find that, I'm going to click on the blue edit in YouTube after I have clicked on playlist within YouTube Studio. This, I don't know why this isn't like a button or more obvious, but that's what you want. Edit in YouTube. And so once you go there, that's going to pull up this view of your channel and give you a lot of options. Okay. You also have a few things you can click on over here. You can share there. This does the same thing. And you can add videos from here. You can delete it if you want to delete it. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of playlists. They have helped me a lot. And I wish more people use them. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on over here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Yes, thank you. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so real quick, before I let you go, I love starting the week with a goal. What's the plan? What's the vision? What we trying to do? Okay, it may not happen, but this is the goal. So if you are watching live, if you are one of my live stream audience, go ahead and let me know, what is a goal that you have this week for your business or your YouTube channel? I know not all of you have a channel yet, but if you had to take a step back and you only got one thing done this week, what would that be? What is one goal that you have for yourself? Do you have a quick question here? Will this be available to watch afterward? Yes. As soon as I end this live stream, you will be able to watch the replay. So I typically will always share my live streams because it's more content for my channel. And I will go into the back end of my YouTube studio and monetize it. So everybody watching the replay can give me some coins through those views. Okay, get out of vacation mode and back to business. See, I'm trying to get in the vacation mode, Mary, as you're on your way out, but love that. If I can support you in any way, let me know. Let me know. I think I'm going to send some like just check-in voice notes today. So if you need any help with YouTube stuff, just let me know. Happy to do that. Let's see. Anything else? What else are you guys doing? Give you guys a minute to let me know. The workshop this month is going to be super awesome. What we're going to attempt to do is actually do it within the app. I'm trying to slowly roll this thing out in the event that we need to tweak things along the way. So Phil Palin, who's like, it's so funny. Phil and I are like polar opposites, but we're best friends now. It's so great. And so essentially, Phil is going to come and he's going to talk about generating full-time income by being a part-time creator. He is a brand strategist and loves technology. And so he creates a ton of videos like mine that give you kind of an overview about what some exciting tools are. He's releasing a book about AI tools and all the different tools that you could be using to grow your business, leveraging artificial intelligence. And so I'm really excited about that. So he's down for whatever. I would not throw just anybody into my guinea pig moment in the app. But I know he can handle it. He does a lot of Adobe's live events on YouTube. And so he can think on his feet, we can troubleshoot. So I'm excited for him to come and teach. Again, if you want to be there, you can become a star student. And you'll also get access to all of our previous workshops. Jess Ekstrom wrapped up one at the end of April about how to generate more money as a paid speaker. And her insight was incredible because your girl don't charge enough. And I don't look in the right places, apparently. So that was super helpful for that. Rewatch this live and put it into practice. Ellen, I love that. I love that for you. So definitely watch it back. Angela is going to help me with some time codes. So you can skip back to specific points in this live stream to help you. This will definitely be a resource for you. This was brilliant. So spot on with where I am with YouTube right now. Love that. Again, I really do listen to y'all. So Mary is a member. You guys really do help me to shape this channel into something that's more useful for everybody. So the more feedback you give me, the more you vote in our live polls on our group coaching calls, the more I can adjust. So our free YouTube workshop this month was literally voted on by you all. So it's just really helpful for me to think about a community mindset with my content instead of just doing things in isolation, because I'm not my customer. I'm the educator. And so the things that I think you guys care about, y'all don't care about. And the things that I thought you already know, that's what you want to learn. So I'm just here to serve. I'm yet a humble servant. So at this point, I'm like, girl, just be humble and ask questions. And that's where I'm at. I want to publish at least one episode of my podcast that I have on YouTube. Okay, awesome. I would definitely encourage you. Maybe you're not ready for it right now, but I would love to see you to eventually transition to filming yourself while you do your podcast. The only reason why I say that is because it converts better on YouTube and people will want to see your face if it's a video uploaded. So if you're not there yet, start small, do like a short 5-minute podcast, solo episode, and work your way up. But for all of you all who are podcasters trying to leverage YouTube, we got to film ourselves while we record. That's just what the people want. And so if nothing else, you can record yourself and just put like a 30 to 60 second clip as a YouTube short to drive traffic to your podcast episode. You don't have to start with like the whole thing. But people like faces. People are so like, the loneliness epidemic is real. People are so disconnected. And so the more that we can show our face and engage with our community, the easier it's going to get for us and the more they're going to benefit from it. So I would encourage all my podcasters, and I have a lot of you in the membership, I need you to start turning your camera on. Sorry. The video I'm posting soon about Riverside will show you how Riverside makes that so much easier and consolidates a lot. It has a lot of features integrated, like a teleprompter, magic clips to do your stuff for social and all of that. But at the end of the day, that's just where things are going. There's still a place for the audio only. So don't think because I love video, I'm saying you don't need just audio. I listen to just audio all the time when I'm going for a walk at the park, when I'm driving. Like, I'm not going to watch a YouTube video while I'm driving. Okay. So do both. Okay. And so even if you don't put the full thing up, record it so you don't have to recreate it and you can repurpose that content later. All right. Let's see here. Anything else? I think that's it. Let's see. I'm finally launching my CEO chat this month. That's awesome. Congratulations. May is a good launch month. It's like before the summer takes us under, it's a good time to like push out something new. So that's awesome. Fantastic. Let's see here. I have video and audio on this particular show. I've been podcasting for 15 years. That's awesome. So that was more a note for some other members that I know for a fact don't. So I'm glad you're doing that. I'm definitely glad you're doing that. But yes, so many podcasters are still behind on that game. So I'm glad that you're on it. But yeah, that's a common thing I'm seeing is that people are putting just audio on YouTube and they're hurting their views by doing that. And they're not training the algorithm properly to know what to expect from their channel. So yeah, so for all my podcasters out there, you got to do video. Even if it's simple video, we have to remind ourselves that we are putting way more pressure on ourselves to be filmmakers than our audiences. Okay. If people are getting value from just audio, they're not looking at you to create a feature film if you post it on your YouTube channel, but they would like to see your face. Just saying. And I keep repeating this phrase a lot on podcast interviews, but it's so true. If you can do a Zoom call, you can do a YouTube video. So many people are literally just recording a solo Zoom call and posting that as a YouTube video. So take the pressure off. Again, I have a video in the StreamYard playlist that will show you how to make a YouTube video on your computer. So if you are not an editor, you are not a filmmaker, and all you got is your computer, you can do it. I walk you through in real time how to actually do this, leveraging Canva, StreamYard, and Epidemic Sound. Okay. So I took that whole process and I turned it into a 20-minute video that's a deep dive and fun to watch. So I would encourage you, if you haven't seen it already, make sure that you do that. Okay. All right. Awesome. And last thing here, Ellen said, my biggest goal is getting a few more people to sign up for my 10-day vegan plant-based challenge. Love that. I would actually, so what I'm seeing a lot, I don't know if you use ManyChat. I can't tell obviously from your YouTube comment, but leveraging ManyChat with an Instagram reel is a great way to boost signups. I'm seeing really high conversion rates to get people, especially into free stuff, but low cost stuff as well by using that technique. So I do have, I'm trying to think, I think it's maybe ManyChat actually has a free level now. So they're featured on the tools page on my website if you aren't already using them. And essentially it is a chat bot. A lot of people leverage it for Instagram. People can comment a keyword and get a link in their DMs. And so that's a super easy strategy for that. So yeah, just putting that out there. I did do a, this has been a few months back. I did do a workshop about ManyChat that is still available on Buy Me a Coffee for Star students and for Bootstrap creators. So if you want access to that replay, you can become a Star student for $10 and it's already there available. I think it was like an hour-long workshop on ManyChat. All right, awesome. So I think I'm going to land this plane. It is 10:57. I hope this was useful to you all. Again, I live stream every Monday at 10. Next week, we're going to talk about planning for your summer hiatus because I realized I did not have a plan and summer is quickly approaching. So I want to take you all behind the scenes. I'll probably make like a downloadable as well for this, just to be more strategic about what does it look like to prepare your YouTube audience for you to just be gone. Because just not posting is not good. So yeah, should be good, but that'll give me a little bit more time to actually create a resource. So I will end this plane with the Bootstrap Stinger. And like we say, until next time, ta-ta for now.